this video, we're going to talk to you about the Viking Opal 670. The 670 is a fully computerized machine with a lot of stitches and a lot of convenience features built in, easy to get to. So let's take a look at this machine. We're going to give you a good overview of all the features of it. The Opal 670 is going to give you 200 sewing and utility stitches. They're all right here located on our placard at the top, as well as on the touch screen. I can see the image. All I have to do is match up letter to letter and just know exactly what mode I'm in. It's really easy to push the buttons to get to where you want to go. Everything is laid out very easy on the machine for us to pull up our stitch. The 670 is going to have the horizontal spool pin right here in front of you, so I can easily get to all my threading points, and everything is channeled all the way on the 670 to the needle, and I have a built-in needle threader on the machine. We have full LED illumination. It's going to light up the entire bed of the machine. And by the way, this machine gives you an 8-inch throat space from our needle to the inside of the sewing arm is going to be 8 inches. I will have the top drop-in bobbin. I can see my bobbin at any given time. I'm able to easily thread that machine on the bobbin just by removing my bobbin cover. There's one slit I have to put it through and then move it right through, and I've got the machine threaded. On my metal needle plate, I've got markings to do certain seam allowances, as well as in the machine we can move the needle over if we need to, left or right of center. So it makes it really easy for me if I want to achieve a certain seam allowance with no problem whatsoever. I have the easy set tension right here. Now this machine doesn't have a finicky tension. If you leave it between 4 and 5, you're going to be fine on the majority of your fabrics. Every so often you'll find a fabric that you may experience tension issues, and that goes with any machine that's on the market. Give us a call because we can help you with anything you have need of and troubleshoot. You may not need to adjust tension. There may be something else going on. We're going to be here for the life that you own the machine. Now we're going to zoom in just a little bit and show you some more of the convenience features on the 670. I've got the top winding bobbin here. I can wind my bobbin very easy from the spool pin. And then on the front, I have my fully computer screen here. On the machine, I will be able to pull up a stitch, just know exactly what mode that I'm in. That's called program. I can mirror image stitches. I can change the stitch length and the stitch width on all the sewing patterns on the machine. There are tabs on the machine to let me know if I'm in utility mode. If I want to move down to another mode, I can easily do that here. And then I can just key in the number of the stitch that I'm wanting to do to the corresponding mode. So that makes it really easy for us to operate the machine. On the front of the machine, I can speed it up or down. Now this machine will come with a fully electronic foot control. You don't have to use it unless you want to do that. I will have the start-stop button right here on the front of the machine for me. I do have the needle up, needle down. Now there's times I want to have my machine set needle in the fabric if I'm appliquing on a quilt or a garment. If I just want to make sure and turn a corner when I get to the end of my seam, it just has the appearance on top. Our stitching is going to look so much better. You're not going to make a mistake. And two, I can also set it needle out of the fabric. If you're like me, sometimes you'll forget and jerk that fabric. You could break a needle or bend it, or you could rip a hole in your fabric. I've done all those things, and that's just part of sewing. That's how you learn. I do have the fix button. Fix is an automatic tie off. I can fix and tie off at the beginning of my stitch, and it's going to tie it off underneath so it's hidden and out of the way. Or I can fix at the very end of my sewing pattern, and it's going to do the same thing. I will have the traditional reverse built in right here on the machine. On the front here, I do have the drop feed lever if you want to do free motion work. Because I have such a larger area that I'm working with, the 8-inch area, I've got more room to do my free motion work and roll up my finished product here. If you want to darn a hole, you can do that very easy, or if you're putting on a button with the 670. Now when you're doing the one-step buttonholes, this machine has an electronic buttonhole maker, and you can program in how large your button is for the buttonhole that you want to make, and it'll size it every time perfectly for you with no problem whatsoever. I can easily get to a presser foot lift to lift that up. I've got a huge 4-point feed dog system. Now the feed dogs on the 670 are a little bit larger than your average machine. They're a little bit wider, so I've got a lot of surface area touching my material. When I'm working with lighter weight material or stretchy material, I've got all that surface area touching my fabric and feeding that through. It's going to keep it flat for me while that needle's penetrating the garment. It's going to reduce puckering. For heavier materials, the more surface area we have touching our fabric, the better off that we're going to be being able to feed heavier materials. This machine can easily handle 8 layers of denim all the way down to sheer materials, and we're really going to have to adjust tension. We're going to be able to feed all that fabric through. Cuts out all the frustration of sewing with the 670. There also is a sewing advisor built onto the machine that will give us optimal stitch length and stitch width settings for all the stitches that are built in, and that's something unique to the Viking machines. Now let's do a little bit of sewing on the machine and just show you how smooth it operates and how heavy to lightweight material this machine can operate. On your better quality machines, you're going to have a larger motor built in. You've got good quality working components. Here I'm going to sew, basically this is 8 layers of pretty heavy denim here. This represents a little bit heavier than the side seam on a pair of denim blue jeans, and we'll back our speed down just a little bit for demonstration purposes, but I can hit my start stop button and it glides through this 8 layers with no problem whatsoever. Now I'm going to show you just how easy it crawls down onto our material. That's the nice thing about a top drop-in bobbin system. Our tension isn't compromised. It's able to handle that. That longer feed dog is a big key to us being able to feed this heavier material and then go down onto other materials with no problem whatsoever. Now I'm just going to keep it straight here, and I'll put my last piece of material, which is a stretch knit material. We'll speed it up just so you see how fast it can sew. When I get to the end, I'll hit fix, and it's going to tie that stitch off for me underneath. I'm going to hit my scissor, snips my bobbin and the top thread for me, and then easily raise that presser foot up. And I have easily sewn through 8 layers of denim, through a cotton, through knit, no puckering. Look at that fabric whatsoever. Ken Sewing Center is your authorized Viking dealer. We carry every Viking model that's made. We have 4 full-time technicians at our store to help you for the life you own the machine. You're going to get our premium support package with any Viking that you purchase. What does that mean? We've got technicians to help you troubleshoot issues. If you need help selecting the right accessory or even using those accessories, I've got educators to help you with that as well. Or if you just need help, what button do I need to push to get to where I'm wanting to go? We can help you with that too. Check out our website. We've got a lot more information there on the 670, or give us a call anytime and we can compare this machine to any other machine on the market and help you find the right one for you.